日本時間4月1日、米国時間3月31日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースが本拠地ドジャースタジアムでブレーブスと対戦。2025年シーズン開幕後、ドジャースは破竹の5連勝を飾り、歴代最強クラスのスタートを切っている。この日の注目は、開幕から絶好調の主役、大谷翔平だ。試合前の現地番組、スポーツネット LA では、解説者が、今日の大谷はホームランを打つだろう、と予想し、その期待度の高さがうかがえる。試合前のドジャースの先発オーダーは、大谷、ベッツ、テオスカー、ヘルナンデス、コンフォート、ウィル、スミス、トミー、エドマン、マックス、マンシー、キケ、ヘルナンデス、アンディ、パヘスが名を連ねた。一方、主力フリーマンは足首の軽い怪我により欠場となった。また、4月に予定されている大谷翔平ボブルヘッド人形配布日にも話題が集中。毎回数万人が列を作るほどの熱狂イベントで、今年も記録的な盛況が予想されている。歴史的快進撃を続けるドジャースと大谷翔平から目が離せない。それでは引き続き、日本語字幕付きでお楽しみください。
Won back-to-back world championships in the last 25 years. Only two defending World Series champs have started better than 5-0. The 1933 Yankees, they had guys named Ruth and Gehrig on that team. They started 7-0. The 85 Detroit Tigers were 6-0. That is the group these 2025 Dodgers have a chance to join tonight. And we're only 5 games into a 162-game marathon, Jerry. The calendar still says March. But you look at it, the Dodgers are off to a historically good start, and we know this team has the talent to have a historically great season.
Absolutely. Listen, I know we want to get ahead of ourselves because this is our job to do that. We want to look at this team from a historical perspective, but if you're a player on this team, continue winning series. That's all you're thinking about. Yes, you see the 1906 Cubs, 116, the 2001 Mariners, 116. The biggest thing for them is to try to stay healthy, making sure you go out there, play your best baseball, which they do. And what I love about this team, they never look ahead. They make sure they keep the task at hand, making sure they stay focused, and they want to be the very best they can be on that night. And that's why they won a lot of ball games the last few years.
You know, Jerry, I think you make a good point. Yeah, they don't look ahead. And, you know, that's something that we hear from them on a regular basis. We've heard that in the years past because they're expected to be a certain place. And that means they're expected to be in the World Series and win the World Series. Obviously, they accomplished that goal last year. But they're expected to do the exact same thing this year. They expect that from themselves as well. And in order to do that, they always say, focus on today. Focus at what stay focused on the process, stay focused on today. Those two things are really key for their success, and I think they're going to continue to do that because we've seen them do that year after year.
Yeah, people say it's so cliche, one game at a time, but this team truly does take it one game at a time, and they'll figure out how many wins they've got at the end of the season. Right now, let's get our first look at how Dave Roberts is stacking his lineup for the series opener against the Braves, and their right-hander Grant Holmes, who's actually a former first-round pick of the Dodgers in 2014. You've got Shohei and Mookie at the top. Freddie Freeman is not in there tonight. We're going to have more on that in just a moment. Teoscar Hernandez will bat third. Michael Conforto getting a spot or a chance in the cleanup spot tonight. Will Smith does the catching. Tommy Edmonds at second, hitting sixth. Max Muncy at third. Kike gets the start at first base for Freddie, and Andy Pages is in center. Nomar, what sticks out to you tonight?
Well, I think the obvious, and we're going to get to it, is Freddie Freeman not being in that lineup, but obviously the versatility. With Freddie Freeman out of there, Kike, you plug him right in.
I love seeing Tommy Edman. We all had it on our bingo card that Tommy Edman at this point would have 3 bombs to lead the team. We all knew that. And you mentioned Kike, Domar. Kike, this is why you have a guy like Kike Hernandez, because you never know what can happen throughout the course of a season. He's in there tonight at first base.
Well, it is always a surprise when Freddie's name is not in the lineup, even more so when they just had a day off yesterday. They're facing a right-handed pitcher tonight, and he's going up against his former team. Right now, let's head inside the stadium for the first time. Check in with Kirsten Watson. She joins us live, and she has more on the World Series MVP, I should say, Freddie Freeman. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, look, you guys said it. When you look at the top of the order and you don't see Freddie Freeman in there, of course, a lot of questions start to pop up. We know what happened in Tokyo ahead of that first game. He tweaked his rib, the same rib that was bothering him during the postseason. So the thought was maybe just an off day, maybe something there kind of flared up again. But Dave Roberts, he gave us the update on Freddie Freeman and told us why he's not in the lineup today.
He had a little mishap in the shower. entering the shower, the bathtub, and so slipped, and it's the same ankle, and so day to day, and kind of swelled up a little bit, not able to play tonight. Came in yesterday for treatment, feels better, and just kind of he feels that he could go out there and play, but just kind of the upside downside, kind of doing the math, just let him kind of recoup today, and we'll see how he is tomorrow.
How was the ankle at before this? Like that?
You know what? It wasn't 100%. So it wasn't 100%, but still, obviously, the way he swung the bat in a good spot.
Well, guys, so right now, the Freeman shower, that is public enemy number one, considering just for Freddie, he did kind of tweak his ankle. It did happen to be that same ankle that he had to have surgically repaired this offseason. The good news is that he is feeling better. Came in yesterday, like Dave Roberts said, to get some treatment. He's day-to-day at the moment, but we know Freddie Freeman, he did fight to try to be in the lineup today. They just felt like, give him another day, so we'll give another check-in on him tomorrow, but hopefully he'll be back out there soon, guys.
Yeah, and the Dodgers brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers, John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra. A little bit chilly for baseball on a Monday night, Jerry, but this should be a really fun series between a couple of really good baseball teams.
I love the weather, John. I think it's perfect weather for baseball. A little breezy, cool, probably around 60, 63 degrees. Listen, Tyler Glasnow, one of our aces, takes the ball tonight. Should be a fun night. The Braves, I know they're winless to start the season, but they're still a very good ball club.
I mean, this organization, the ownership is incredible. What they're able to do, not only put this team together, but they know when it's going to be cold, and they hand out freaking sweatshirts on a cold night. Like, they can predict the weather as well.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Very timely with the giveaway tonight, this beautiful hoodie sweatshirt. Let's get our first look at Dave Roberts' lineup card for game one of this three-game series, facing a former first-round pick of the Dodgers, right-hander Grant Holmes. You see Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts at the top. Freddie Freeman's not in there tonight against his former team. Had a fall or slip in the shower, tweaked his surgically repaired ankle. Teoscar Hernandez will be batting third. Michael Conforto hitting cleanup. Will Smith behind the plate. Tommy Edmonds at second. Max Muncy at third. Kike will start for Freddie at first base, and Andy Pages is in center. Jerry, what sticks out to you?
Looking at Tommy Edman, he is your second baseman tonight. Really off to a great start, driving the baseball. Both sides, lefties and righties, love the balance. I know Freddie's not in there tonight, but I still love this balanced lineup.
The other thing I'm looking at is you got Michael Conforto coming over there wearing that Dodger uniform, and they put him in the fourth spot.
Yes.
That's what they believe, and he's capable of doing some damage.
All right, let's do some shot calls here. Brought to you by Southern California Toyota. Nomar, you are first up. Who are you going to take tonight?
You know what? Today I'm going to take the guy that Jerry always picks all season long and say, yeah, I was right. I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani. I think Shohei today, he goes deep.
I love that call shot, and you took a shot at me. And no, I have not picked Shohei Ohtani every single game. Although I am 5-0 on my call shot and performance, guys, I really appreciate it. I'm about to be 6-0. This guy is going to break out tonight. Max Muncy, that funky Muncy, in a big way.
All right, we hope you guys are both correct. We're going to have more on tonight's game in just a moment. But first, we are joined by the man who started the home opener a few days ago, left-hander Blake Snell, joining us live from the dugout. Blake, thanks for coming on with us. We know your next start's going to be Wednesday. It's also Shohei Ohtani's first bobblehead of the year, and I don't know, because you weren't here last year, what his bobblehead days are like. I mean, it's complete insanity at the stadium. People are lining up in the morning to make sure they come in and get in. I don't want to ask you about that. I want to ask you about Shohei's country, where you just visited not too long ago. What was it like being in Japan? You see Shohei's image everywhere, but I also want to know your overall experience of the food and getting a chance to pitch in a baseball game there as well.
Yeah, no, it was very clean city, very nice. I was kind of shocked. I didn't know how nice it really was. The streets are nice. The people are nice. I was pretty impressed, and the food's actually really good. So overall, I really enjoyed Japan.
Blake, what's going on? This is Jerry. Hey, listen, you've played on some really good ball clubs in Tampa and San Diego. I'm not going to talk about the team up north of us in San Francisco. What has impressed you the most so far about this team? I know it's early in the season. What has impressed you has been the starting pitching, the depth in that rotation, the bullpen who has stepped up, and our offense.
I mean, it's kind of just the want to win and the preparation. Like before I get ready to come out just to play catch, the whole team's in the weight room getting ready. They're all getting activated, getting loose, getting ready to play ball. That was pretty impressive. And then once the game starts, just the dugout, how locked in the whole team is to win the game and how important it is to us. And you don't get that everywhere. So that's a pretty special thing about being a Dodger.
Hey, Blake, this is Nomar. You know, kind of building off of that, I know you're talking about the team, but also you played on different teams, but I'm curious about what makes this coaching staff, this organization a little bit different for you as a pitcher, you know, what you've experienced so far here.
Yeah, I think right now for me, it's hard to tell and say something to be honest with, because it's only been a couple months. Once I get to like the All-Star break, I think that's when I can really express, you know, the difference, how the coaches have helped me. It's just like a feel out. We're kind of figuring each other out right now. But overall, just watching them, watching how they work, I think the biggest thing that's kind of stood out to me is the trust. There's a lot of trust here with coaches, players, and that's something that I've noticed.
Blake, there's so much talk about the stacked roster that you guys have here in Los Angeles with this team and maybe how you guys are ruining Major League Baseball. But I hear that you have a couple of youth teams as well that people are saying, Blake Snell's probably ruining youth baseball because you have two teams that are absolutely loaded as well. What can you tell us about that part of your life as well away from the major leagues?
Yeah, it's just, you know, with the youth teams, it's hard work. That's my local teams. That's why they're so good. You know, we practice 4 times a week at least when I'm home. And then I have the Zilla National teams. Those teams, yeah, no one's going to – the 12U team is really, really special. They bonded a lot quicker than the 13-year-old team. 13-year-old team got a lot of talent. And they got a little more work to do to be just as special as that 12U team. But, hey, man, those teams are stacked. And it's a lot of fun to coach.
Do they ever lose?
The Zilla teams went 24-0, so no.
Wow.
And then my 12U team back home, they're 29-1, so they took an L. And then my 13U team, they're 8-6. But it's our development year, so we got a lot to learn how to play the game right, play together, and then next year they'll be special.
Well, hopefully someday you guys get a chance to play one on Nomar's team. His brother Michael heads up GBG. Maybe you guys could set up a World Series. You guys played him already? Can you tell me who won that game?
There's a bunch of GBG teams.
Yeah, they're in a couple. There's like 60, Jerry.
Sorry, I'm a little late to the party. My kids are a little older. Listen, I love that you're so in the community, helping your teams, your city back home. But I want to talk more about your family life. Have they adjusted living here in LA? I know it's still early, but what has been the best part of living in LA here with your family?
For Haley specifically, the wife group's really close. And you know, this team, we're older team, so a lot of kids, we're all in kind of the same phase with, you know, growing our family. So I think that part's probably the coolest part and been the best part, easiest part for us is just the families and the wives and how close they all are.
Well, Blake, I want to go back to opening day here at Dodger Stadium. You know, I know you're always so focused, but I was just wondering what is it like, you know, feeling these Dodger fans? You know, obviously we know you're over there in Japan, you had some expectations. Well, what was it like feeling the Dodger fans cheering you on that opening day?
No, it was special. Just to kind of see, you know, to finish last year, they were world champions, and then to see, you know, just how pumped the fans were, and even the teammates and how pumped everyone was about that season. It was cool to be able to just share that moment with them. And then, you know, for us to have a game and play right after that, that was special too. It was really cool to see the gold Dodgers. For me, I thought that was really sick. So that's something that I hope, you know, we can do, run it back again next year, is wear those jerseys again. So for me, it was a very special day, especially for my new teammates and the accomplishments they had last year.
I know I overheard one fan on opening day looking out there and saying, man, I still can't believe Blake Snell's a Dodger. It looks really cool to see you out there. And Blake, thank you so much for taking time to come on with us today. And we'll look forward to your start on Wednesday.
Yeah. Thanks, Blake.
Thanks,
Can't
Blake.
wait. Yeah, thank you guys.
With 3 home runs for the Dodgers. What a run it's been. First time in 4 years they've been able to say that. They finished the 21 regular season by hitting 3 home runs in 4 consecutive games. And that has powered them forward to this 5-0 start. And this lineup presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealer. As Kirsten told you, won't have Freddie Freeman in it. Tweaked his ankle. Hopefully it's just one day off. And so Teoscar Hernandez up to 3rd. Conforto batting 4th today. Max Muncy dropping down to the 7 spot. Guess who's leading off, though? It's Shohei Ohtani. Dodgers facing off with Grant Holmes. His 1-0 pitch. Misses away, ball 2. Holmes is 29 years of age, out of Conway, South Carolina. The Dodgers drafted him in the 1st round in 2014. It'd be a decade before he made it to the majors, though. Went from the Dodgers to the A's in the Rich Hill deal. He had an 8 ERA in AAA. The next season, he had an 8 ERA in AAA again. And so the A's cut him loose. The Braves picked him up, and he finally got his chance in the big leagues last year. 3-1 on Ohtani. Gets his chance in the rotation to start this season. Spencer Strider's out. And he'll be back before too long, but it's Holmes here for Game 5 for Atlanta. Ohtani takes down the middle, 3-2. 6 hits, 5 walks, only 3 strikeouts for Ohtani so far this season. 5 of those 6 hits have come here with 2 strikes. Holmes throws, Ohtani bounces it foul. We'll do it again.
Shohei's seen a 2-0 curveball and a 3-2 curveball, so a lot of respect here as the first hitter of the game.
That's one of the pitches that helped Holmes break through. He went to his curveball grip from when he was in high school. He said this still works. Another payoff in the dirt and a leadoff walk for Ohtani.
When Holmes has success, it's chase and whiff rate, and that is something that the Dodgers don't do. So this could be a tough equation for him.
1 on 1 out, and Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. 99 runs batted in his first year with the Dodgers, leading the team so far this season with 6 runs batted in. Or last year he was unconscious down the stretch in run scoring situations. He hit .384 with runners in scoring position in the second half. Smacks this ball in the air to center. Harris going back. Goodbye! Career high 33 of them last year. His second this season. 2-0 LA.
What a swing. This is unbelievable power. A chilly night here in LA. A little bit of a breeze blowing slightly in into right field, and he just turns the whole thing around.
A ball on Conforto.
Atlanta is averaging less than 2 runs a game, so that cannot feel real good that they put a 2 spot on him already. It's on Wednesday. Take home a Shohei Ohtani 2024 National League MVP bobblehead. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Do you cringe a little bit as you do that read as the pitch comes home? Like,
I said the ball's in the air, and I'm like, no, don't hit it.
Walked his first time, came in to score on the Hernandez home run. Swings and misses here, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Holmes got the 2 strikes on him the first time, but lost him with that walk. On an 0-2, Ohtani. Couldn't lay off. The ball gets away. Won't be easy for Baldwin, who's able to find it and get it down there.
Almost looked with the deflection off the chest protector that Shohei ticked it with the bat, but he did not, and he was the one that told us it was no foul tip as he took off to first.
2 out. Brian Snicker was saying bring some pitching, but he also brings some positive vibes, and we can use all those that we can get right now. Ohtani with the bases empty and 2 out. Walked and scored in the first inning, struck out in the third. Strikeout is one of only 2 times that Grant Holmes has retired one of the top 4 in the Dodger order in this game. They've reached 6 of their 8 times up. One of those guys where he doesn't have to go very long before he starts to feel due. When he comes up, there's the roar of the crowd, but then there's an extra quiet hush as folks sit there and wait for the next big thing to happen.
A lot of people holding up their phones, taking video or pictures, and you don't see them yelling when they're trying to aim.
They don't want to ruin their own yell in their video either. Down on strikes this time. And Grant Holmes with his first 1-2-3 inning of the game.
These Dodgers have been outstanding with 2 strikes again tonight. 6 of the 8 hits with 2 strikes.
We're talking about the ball that Will Smith and the Catching Hope Foundation is auctioning off. The 50-50 home run ball. That sold for $4.4 million to an investment firm in Taiwan that has it on display in its lobby. And it's part of a campaign to grow interest in baseball in Taiwan. They got a whole bunch of Ohtani memorabilia there. And that is the centerpiece of the display. There was a trading card that sold over the weekend. 1 of 1 commemorated the 50-50 game. It was signed by Shohei in gold pen, and it has the MLB patch from the pants that he was wearing in the 50-50 game on it. $1 million. Just over $1 million for the card. The company in Taiwan could have gotten 4 cards.
Could start your own printing company, make 1 card, and make it worth $1 million.
Second walk for Ohtani today.
Shortstop, number 50.
And now Betts. There goes Ohtani. Throw from Baldwin. Not close. Second stolen base of the year after the 59 last year.
Picks his spots, gets good jumps, and really is not a burner. He is a above average runner, but he's a very smart base runner. Good job on the slide, not jamming his left arm into the ground.
Grounded to short. Ohtani heads for third. Arcia throws over to first to get Betts. Teoscar Hernandez trying to keep a perfect night going. He's got a home run, walk, and a single. 3 runs scored. Chavez winds and deals. Smack to center field. Harris angles over and puts it away. Hit it right on the screws, but Harris is there, and we're through his set. But it remains the case that it is as hard as ever, statistically, to hit. Don't tell this man. He has struck out a couple times tonight, which is noteworthy because he had only 3 over the first 5 games, but he's walked twice.
Well, Dodgers came into this game hitting almost 20 points below the league average, as you said how low it was, but their home run ball has given them coming in today, a plus 14 run differential. And now they're winning this one by 5.
Facing his old Angels teammate here. Evans up 2-2. Angels are 3-1. Took 2 of 3 from the White Sox and beat the Cardinals in extra innings tonight. On 2-2, Ohtani watches it miss away. Giants also 3-1. They beat the Astros tonight. Mentioned the Padres off to a 5-0 start. Ohtani was looking for something else. 2 out.
Just a fastball right down the middle. He was definitely looking for something else.
ロサンゼルス、ドジャースが歴史的な開幕ダッシュを見せつけ、全米が興奮のるつぼと化している。その中心に立つ男こそ、日本が誇る二刀流の英雄、大谷翔平である。昨季ワールドシリーズを制したドジャースは、なんと今季開幕5連勝という快挙を成し遂げ、過去100年を超える球史の中でも名を馳せた1933年ヤンキース、1985年タイガースと肩を並べるほどの勢いだ。しかも、あのベーブ、ルースやルーゲーリックと並ぶ栄誉が目前に迫っているのだ。まさに伝説的なスタートを切ったと言えるだろう。専門家たちも口を揃えて絶賛し、このチームなら歴史的記録の更新も夢ではない。と熱く語る。だが選手たち自身は決して先を見据えすぎず、一戦必勝を胸に刻んで今日も戦い続けている。この精神力こそがドジャースを常勝軍団へと押し上げてきた秘密であり、その象徴がまさに大谷翔平その人なのだ。開幕からフル稼働で打線を牽引する大谷は、見る者すべてを圧倒し続けている。一方、主力のフレディ・フリーマンが不慮のアクシデントにより欠場する事態もあったが、そんな窮地でもドジャースの底力は衰えない。なぜなら、そこにはユーティリティプレイヤーとして絶大な信頼を集めるエルナンデスが控えているからだ。さらにトミー・エドマンの予想外のホームラン量産、マイケル・コンフォルトらの活躍も加わり、圧倒的な層の厚さで他チームを寄せつけない。試合前から話題となった大谷の存在感はやはり別格だ。打席に立つだけで球場の空気が一変し、ファンの歓声が天を突き抜ける。ボブルヘッド人形配布日ともなれば、その熱狂ぶりはまさに社会現象だ。さらにチームメイトであるブレイク、スネルも日本遠征の印象を振り返りながら、大谷の存在がいかに日本国内で巨大化を思い知ったと証言するほどだ。今や大谷は単なる一流選手を超え、もはや野球界の神とも呼ぶべき存在となっている。かつてイチローや野茂英雄が歩んだ偉大なる道を、大谷翔平はさらなる高みへと押し上げ、球史の新たな伝説を日々刻んでいるのだ。今後も続くこの壮大なドラマを、我々は絶対に見逃すことができない。ロサンゼルス、ドジャースと大谷翔平が作り出す奇跡の物語、その一瞬一瞬を目撃し、胸に焼き付けようではないか。次なる試合も絶対に見逃すな。